Kenya. Leo tumekuwa na hafla ya kusomwa kwa bajeti ikiongozwa na waziri wetu wa fedha FCP John Mbadi, na yale maneno ambayo ameweza kuyanena, ningetaka kutia maanani maneno matatu. Ya kwamba katika zile fedha ambazo zimewekezwa katika bajeti yetu imeweza kuzingatia hasa yale masuala ambayo ni ya manufaa zaidi kwa wananchi, ikiwemo kuongezeka kwa allocation ya mambo ya health, ikiongezeka kwa allocation ya mambo ya school capitation, na ikiwepo hata zile pesa ambazo zilikuwa zinasemekana haziko, zile za mitihani ya watoto wetu. Pili, jambo ambalo nimezungumzia kuhusu pending bills, ya kwamba karibu kumalizia that verification exercise, na ambapo itamalizika basi kutakuwa na pesa ambazo zitaweza kurudishiwa za kulipa those pending bills. Lakini ya muhimu zaidi, mahali ambapo tumemaliza public participation kwa mambo ya mswada wa fedha wa mwaka wa 2025, na ningetaka kurudia tena ya kwamba mswada huu sio mambo ya kodi. Mswada huu wa finance bill ya 2025 is a policy document, and it's a policy document that aligns with the interests of the country in terms of one, making efforts to increase manufacturing, job creation, making sure we set up Kenya as a center hub, especially for financial services. As you will notice, even when other sectors were contracting over the last few years, if you check the economic survey, financial services in Kenya continues to grow. And therefore, part of what is contained in the bill in our report is incentives to Nairobi Financial Reporting Authority that will make now Kenya the most preferred tax destination for offering of financial services. Throughout the bill, we have also tried to align ourselves with growing manufacturing. And key, for example, is in two sectors, tea and coffee. The reason why our tea farmers and our coffee farmers have not been getting very good returns for their farming has been because of packaging materials, where now we sell our tea and our coffee without being processed. The tea goes here to Dubai or to Egypt, is packaged and comes back and is sold in our market in almost 1,000 times more. If you buy that small sachet of tea, of high quality tea, some go up to, if you check the price for that one sachet, goes to even almost 50 shillings. But if you go to the kilo of the tea of the farmer that has done many years to grow that coffee, sometimes it doesn't even get up to that. And therefore we realized the challenge was that our manufacturers for paper were not incentivized enough to manufacture that packaging paper here. And therefore those packaging papers were manufactured in another country. We export our unprocessed tea, and comes back at a cheap price and comes back to this country in a very expensive price, denying our farmers a good return on their great hard work. And therefore what we've done is to align that, to make sure that now we have incentives enough, and we have had this discussion with the packaging industry, and with an agreement that if that is done, then they have the capacity and they're going to do enough to manufacture paper in this country, so that our tea and our coffee and our avocado packaging papers are processed here and exported to other countries. So it is, and again to reiterate, the finance bill of 2025 is not about taxes. It's not about increase in taxes. And there is no any increase in taxes. It is a policy document to inform how do we make Kenya a regional hub, especially for fintech services. How do we make sure we grow our manufacturing? And as we go to debate it during the second reading and committee of the whole during that reading, we are going to see those matters being taken into consideration. We have also tried to take care of all the inputs that were given to Kenyans to make sure that the public participation exercise that so many Kenyans stand up to do was not an exercise in futility. Thank you.
Okay, a general comment about this one, the public debt.
I think one of my comment would be, of course, our debt to GDP level, and especially with the passing of the PFM Act, now changing the matters of debt from ceiling or in nominal terms to a percentage of GDP in present value terms. There are all indications that we are still within the law. We've had credible institutions informing this particular country that our debt is still sustainable. And the 4 trillion shillings budget that was being read today has a reduction of debt to, as a percentage of GDP from what was the previous year, the previous year. And so we are seeing a very deliberate, a very welcome decision by National Treasury, and I'd like to congratulate the team at National Treasury and exactly the President for making sure our budget, the 3 subsequent budgets that this administration has processed, has a deliberate attempt to reduce debt as a percentage of GDP. And therefore, I'm very confident that our debt is still sustainable, and there are deliberate efforts to reduce our tax burden, especially as a percentage of GDP. Yeah. Now, the debt deficit as a percentage of GDP. Thank you.
Yeah, my name is Honorable Chanzu, Yusuf Chanzu. Mimi ni chairman wa National Housing Corporation. Kitu ya kwanza nataka kupongeza Waziri Mbadi for a very well balanced budget. Unajua budget wakitengeneza vile wametengeneza, unajua wakati after election it was a matter of fulfilling zile promises. Some of them were not in the budget. But leo nimefurahia kwa maana ameleta all those items ambazo zinahitaji pesa. Ameongea kuhusu hizo miradi ambayo inahitaji pesa. Alafu ameongea vile hizo pesa zitapatikana na vile zitatumika. For example, mambo ya housing, he has put it in the budget, which is a very good thing. Unajua ile kitu watu walikuwa wanafanya complain kila wakati ni kuhusu ati pesa iliwekwa kigafla. But this time he has put it in the budget. You know, when it is in the budget, you can adjust and not adjust. So I'm very happy about the budget generally. The only thing nataka kuhimiza ni kwamba wale ambao wamepatiwa majukumu ya kuimplement, they must implement. You know, I've seen places, unajua somebody like president, anaweza hata kuja hapa aseme kitu ijengwe hapa. Anaweza kwenda Kiambu aseme. So you find sometimes watu wanakuuliza, oh, president hajafanya hii. President is supposed only to give. Na watu ambao wamepata kazi, wamepatiwa kazi mawaziri, permanent secretaries, chief officers in government, hata governors. Unajua iko mahali mwingine president anasema barabara itengenezwe. So they are waiting for the president to come and do it. Those people must be able to follow up. So the final thing, nataka to condemn what happened to this young man, this Ojwang. It is very wrong kuwa mtu kwa maana unataka ku please your boss. And I think what I saw the Senate doing and Parliament doing today, they must follow up, and those guys must be punished, because there is no need, you know. Hata mimi niko na matusi hapa, but you know you cannot go and kill somebody because of that. Okay. There are courts of law and so on. Okay. So I'm saying follow to the family, and it must be investigated. So thank you so much.